Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Luffy Murdoch here, and here to do Doctor Stone chapter 106. I've done the Promised Neverland 135 earlier, so go and check that out if you haven't. But anyway, let's get started. So we go to a flashback to basically when the princess was 13, or Amaryllis, however you say that, goes back to when she's 13. She goes on a boat with three of her friends, this man and two girls, and they eventually bump into these warrior-looking people, Masu and Kirasem. They must be of the other clan because they did say there's other people of different clans in the on the islands or wherever, or they just happen to bump into them. And this woman has this like sag thing, and she gets a weapon out, starts swinging it, throws it up in the air, and then boom, they all this massive shockwave happens, some air goes into it. It seems like a callback to when they when they had meteor hit the world and turned into stone, Dr. Stone. And yeah, then the shockwave like grows, expands, and eventually hits them. Except from Amaryllis, she just touched the lights, and she then jumps in the water and goes back. Goodness knows what happens to the the other two, but they must have like walked off simply. They wouldn't have seen it actually because the boom happens and they were behind. Obviously, the boom high happens and they were behind it, so they wouldn't able to see him. She was able to get away safely. So bless her heart, she hasn't had the easiest time in the world in the past like 5 years, especially living in that sort of time, like basically being back into like stone and that sort of thing, or back into literally the stone ages. It wouldn't be so much fun. So then Senku says to her, the warriors came for you through some weapon in the air, like she said, and that's why, and she pretends to steal it. And it's called the purification, so that must mean like, sorry I'm a bit slow with these sort of things, but it must mean like she's going to get attacked with them. No, this purification means you're getting attacked with whatever. So yeah, and like he goes into the science and stuff like of it, like expanding and stuff. And this is like no, and he does explain to her like this is not nothing like basically nothing. This is nothing special or spiritual about this. It's all just utterly completely science. So if they find out what it is, all they have to do is find out like how to make it and that sort of thing, and then they'll be able to, you know, use it for their weapon themselves and be able to reverse it as well because it is Doctor Stone and Senku's a genius. So then we find out the opposite clan of the people are having this like girl pick out like girl bachelorette like sort of thing, and she says like, oh, and the alpha female girl, I can't remember the name. I'm very bad with names, by the way. The alpha male female girl says that she wants to be, that she'll go in there, like Cloud, Final Fantasy VII, where he dresses up as a woman so he can get picked to save Tifa, um, from that pervert and stuff. So they do that, and for to make this happen, Senku will be in charge of the science. Uh, Todoroki wants to be in charge of psychology. The princess in charge of cosmetics and charm test subject. The crosshead, or the guy with the scar on the top of his head. And yeah, she really wants to look cute, especially as cute as it is already. But yeah, so yeah, that's very interesting. Oh man, let's just look at that. It's going to be a good arc. I'm really interested to see how they're going to do this. They're still going to build up. Like I don't know if it's going to be as good as the last arc, to honest, yeah. But the last like 10 chapters of the last arc got really intense, and I really like that. But yeah. Anyway, guys, this is a very good chapter. Decent chapter, just a build up of things, you know, Shonen Jump goes, build up, build up, build up, build up. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please check out the Promised Neverland review, and I'll be hopefully uploading my first my first video to my new YouTube channel called Tyler Biscuit. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Love you all. Bye. Peace.